Here's something wild. You can spot when someone's being lousy to other people from 3 miles away. You are like an emotional bloodhound. You know when your friend is lying, when your coworker is stressed, when your mom is about to lose it. But when someone hurts you, you suddenly need a jury of 12 of your peers to confirm that, yes, what just happened was actually messed up. And maybe, just maybe, it's okay for you to be hurt. You know that thing you do when someone hurts your feeling and your first thought isn't, ow, that hurt. It's, wait, did that actually happen? Oh, am I being too sensitive again? Okay, maybe I just misunderstood. Maybe they're having a lousy day. Like, before you even let yourself feel the hurt, you're already questioning whether you have the right to feel it. You've become a detective investigating your own pain instead of experiencing it. And somehow you're always the unreliable witness. I call this preemptive gaslighting, and it's one of the inadvertently cruelest things we do to ourselves. I had a client tell me this story that just, it still makes my chest tight. It still hurts my heart. She said her partner made a truly cruel comment about her weight in front of their friends. And instead of being mad or feeling hurt, her first thought was that actually mean? Followed by, maybe I'm being dramatic. Followed by, maybe he didn't mean it that way. Which, like, yeah, it's nice to be kind. It's beautiful to give people the grace. But here's the problem. Instead of honoring her feelings, being present to them, allowing herself to have them, she spent the next 3 days analyzing the comment like it was evidence in a true crime murder case or a cryptic text from her ex. Before she let herself actually feel her feelings, she replayed it over and over, asking other people what they thought, dissecting every word and inflection before she actually let herself feel hurt by it. 3 days. 3 days of convincing herself that, well, maybe her pain wasn't valid. 3 days of being her own worst prosecutor, grilling herself on the stand over and over. And here's what's so insidious about this. When you've grown up having your reality questioned, minimized, or rewritten by other people, you learn to do it to yourself first as a form of, it's kind of like it's protection, right? But what's worse than being hurt? Being hurt and then being told you're too sensitive. You're making it up. You're being dramatic. So your brilliant, amazing, incredible nervous system figures out a shortcut. Let's skip straight to maybe I'm wrong about what just happened. It's like having an overzealous fact checker in your brain that's constantly like, actually, are we sure that that was hurtful? Do we have enough evidence? Have we considered all alternative explanations? But here's the thing. Your body isn't running a court case. It's giving you information. This habit, all of this is emotional outsourcing at its most painful. You're literally outsourcing your own reality to other people's interpretation of it. You're giving away your right to trust your own experience and handing it over to who exactly? The person who hurt you? Random friends? The internet? It's like you need a permission slip signed by 3 people before you're allowed to feel hurt. Dear universe, please excuse Sarah from being upset. She has verified with multiple sources that this situation was indeed effed up. But here's the thing, my love, your body doesn't lie. When someone says something that makes your stomach clench, when their tone makes your shoulders tense up, when their energy makes you want to shrink, that's not just your imagination. That's not you being too sensitive. That's your nervous system telling you something important. Your gut doesn't need a PhD in psychology to know when something feels off. Your shoulders don't need a committee meeting to decide they're uncomfortable. Your nervous system has been keeping you alive for years. Maybe, I don't know, just maybe, we should start trusting its judgment. And yes, sometimes that nervous system might feel like it's overreacting, going from 0 to 100 over something that seems small. But what if that's not overreacting? What if that's your body finally feeling safe enough to have the reaction it's been holding back for years? What if that's your nervous system reacting in a way that is the only way that ever got you listened to? I see this with my clients all the time. They'll tell me about something that happened and I can literally watch them minimize it in real time. Oh, maybe they were just having a bad day. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. Okay. But how did it feel in your body? And then suddenly they remember, oh yeah, it felt terrible. It felt like getting slapped. It felt like being dismissed. It felt like being erased. It felt like not mattering. That feeling, the tightness, the tension, the heaviness, the discomfort of it all, that's not something you made up. That's not you being dramatic. That's you being human. You don't need 3 witnesses and a notarized letter to confirm that someone hurt your feelings. You don't need to prove that your pain is reasonable or logical. You don't need permission to feel what you feel. Your feelings don't need to be justified to be valid. They just need to be yours. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but what if I do overreact? What if my feelings are too big? Okay. Well, here's the thing. Even if your reaction feels bigger than the situation deserves, that doesn't mean the original hurt wasn't real. Your nervous system might be responding to this situation, plus every other time you've been hurt and couldn't trust yourself about it. The feelings are still yours, the hurt still happened, and you still need attending to. My beauty, here's what really gets me about this pattern. It doesn't just steal your right to feel hurt. It steals your ability to protect yourself. Because when you can't trust your own read on a situation, you can't make good decisions about it. That's why this is so insidious and dangerous. So what happens? You end up staying in relationships that are slowly or very quickly eroding your sense of self because you've convinced yourself that the erosion isn't really happening. You accept treatment that makes you feel like total crap because you've talked yourself out of trusting that it does, in fact, feel really, really lousy. I had another client who stayed in a job where her boss publicly humiliated her in meetings for 2 years. 2 years. Because every time it happened, she'd spend the rest of the day wondering if she was being too sensitive about it. Something she heard over and over and over growing up. If maybe he was just passionate about the work, maybe that was it. Or maybe she was reading too much into it. Or maybe her parents were right and she was way too sensitive. Meanwhile, her nervous system was screaming. She was having panic attacks on Sunday nights. She couldn't sleep. Her hair was falling out. But she couldn't trust any of that information because she had been trained to doubt her own experience. Raised up to put her thoughts and feelings about a situation last. That's the real cost of this preemptive gaslighting. It doesn't just make you question your feelings, it makes you question your reality. And when you can't trust your reality, you can't navigate it safely. You can't take care of yourself, and you stay in situations that have long since expired. This is such a crucial part of what I teach in my new book, End Emotional Outsourcing, how to trust your own experience and validate your own feelings. In the book, you'll learn about the nervous system science behind why you doubt yourself, plus, of course, somatic body-based practices to help you reconnect with your body's wisdom. The book comes out on September 30th, and when you pre-order at beatricealbina.com/book today, you'll get exclusive bonus content that will help you start trusting your inner knowing immediately. Your feelings matter, and this book will help you begin to finally believe that. My beauty, your feelings are valid. Your experience is real. You don't have to convince anyone, including yourself. You just get to remember how to trust you. beatricealbina.com/book